Welcome to Attingo Talks. My name is Diana Feliz, and yes, my guest, Jose Reyes. Thank you guys all for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about how to determine the amount of life insurance that you need. How much do I need if I actually do need it? So, Jose Reyes, he's a financial advisor from Card Wealth Management, and he's going to give us that answer. First of all, how are you doing?
Good, Diana. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm doing well, thank you, considering the circumstances.
How's the quarantine with you?
We're managing the situation, trying again to adapt to the new reality that we're living with 4 kids that we have right there, right there, and doing homeschooling at the same time, and trying to be productive. That's the new reality.
I hear you today. Today I
A
was
lot
on
of
a
people,
phone call. I
a
was
lot of
on a
people are
phone
in the
call.
same situation.
Yes, I was in a phone call, and the individual's daughter, 5-year-old daughter, stepped in and said, "Daddy, what movie can I watch?" So it's like homeschooling 101. So talking about families, protecting your loved ones, your family, it's a really good idea. But when we're talking about protecting them, it brings us to that question: how much life insurance do I need? How much? So can you help us answer that question, Jose?
Very important question, by the way, when you're discussing about the insurances in general. But in the case of life insurance in particular, it will depends, right? Because everybody's different. Everybody's in a different stage of their lives, right? But as a simple way to look at it, I will put an example, right? Imagine that you have a family. Your spouse, you're working really hard. You're in your 30s, 40s, and you have kids, like under 10. Let's say you have two. So you have to consider, and you have a mortgage, right? You have a house. So the best scenario will be to determine all those aspects, right? How much you have in your mortgage, um, what are you planning for your kids' education. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look as what you're providing to the family as an income, right? What you bring to the table every year, and we put all that together, because if you are not there tomorrow, what's going to happen with your family's financial future, right? So at the end, that we come with a final number, and that's it's done in a very simple process. That's what we call a financial needs analysis, and we come up with
Mm-hmm.
that number, and then we determine what is the best structure that you need, that your family needs. But as a rule of thumb, if we want to put it in
Mm-hmm.
a very simple way, typically you can look at the amount that you need for life insurance as a replacement of your income. And typically we look at 7 to 10 times your gross annual income. That will be like
Wow.
a very simple way to determine, oh, I might need in that range, an amount in
So
that
I
range.
have so I have a question for you. What happens if I have a budget and I'm like, listen, Jose, I have $100 I can put towards my family, towards protecting my family. What do you do there?
Well, you have to cover yourself to the best of your ability, right? Because at the end, it's better to have something than nothing, right? So if you
Yep.
had nothing today, and something were to happen to, let's say, to me, and I have all these kids behind, what's going to happen to them? How am I going to provide for their future, their financial future, if I'm not there? So a life insurance is the easiest a more cost-effective way to manage that risk in the case that you die too soon, or you're not there for your family. That's the reality. So as
Hmm.
a simple answer, you take whatever amount you can have an ideal amount, right? The best case, whatever you need. But if you are incapable to get that amount for whatever reasons, at least you have something to start with. That's the best practice.
All right. So it's a good rule of thumb, 7 to 10 times your income. And, I guess everyone has a unique circumstance. And just having that conversation, getting a quote can be very, very easy nowadays. Give me highlights of someone who is looking for that protection. They need that security in the sense of what happens if
I guess Diana was asking what happens in the case that something were to happen to you. She's frozen right now for whatever reason. I don't know if you guys can hear me. But just to answer that question, yeah, life insurance first of all is a responsible decision. That's the first thing. Second, the highlights is that is a benefit.
About the high.
You were frozen, Diana, for some reason.
I know. That's one of the benefits of working from home.
Yeah.
So tell me the highlights of life insurance.
Now I was saying that first of all, it's a responsible decision that you make, right? So that's number one. So just by considering that is a good thing. The second one is that is a benefit that will protect your family in the case that you're not there tomorrow, right? So it's a lump sum of money that will go directly to your beneficiary. It can be your spouse, whoever you designate, will receive that money, and that money is free of tax. And that money is cash that is going to be available in the worst moment that a family can experience. Okay, I've been going through that process already, where I have to deliver a check for a beneficiary or a spouse, that somebody who died, and you have no idea the impact that will create in that family. Because imagine if everybody was depending on the income of that person to cover for every single monthly need that family has, the mortgage, the shelter, food, everything, and they're not there tomorrow, what's going to happen? So when you receive that money, you feel relieved, and at the end you also feel it's a very unique experience, because it tells you that person was caring about that family, so
Isn't that
it's a unique
amazing?
moment.
Isn't that amazing? We have a question here. So if I make $60,000 a year, yes, that would be times 7, right? Approximately
7 to 10, yeah.
7 to 10.
Easily, you can see these days anybody with a family of 2 kids and a mortgage probably will need between $500 to $1 million even. So now, actually, another highlight is that now, even though we're going through this difficult time with the COVID-19 and all the restrictions that we have, it's actually a really good time to think about life insurance and planning for that, because the insurance companies, they are easing they are facilitating the process of getting life insurance. So before, typically a nurse have to go to your house to do the paramedicals and things like that. Now all that is void, not void but waived, and now the process is online. It can be done like the same way that we're talking over the phone. The signature process is electronic as well. So everything is very simple and easy to be done. Yeah.
That's right. And we're also being asked, how much would a $250,000 insurance cost? So I recommend that if you need to speak to Jose about your life insurance, reach out. Jose, maybe you can engage and answer those questions there. But at the end, it's about getting a quote. You can visit attingo.ca, get a quote in less than 60 seconds, very easy, and have one of our financial advisors reach out to you and give you the information you need, and you get that peace of mind. It can happen in a very short period of time, all online, which is pretty amazing. Yeah. So thank you, Jose.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's the beauty, that we can shop the market for everybody, because we work with multiple companies. So we're going to make sure that we can offer the best possible solution at the best price for you. So
that's a key point. So we actually, like, when you work with somebody like Jose, he'll do all of the work for you, and he'll get a good rate. So that's a good key. So you get to do the hard work.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
And he's still smiling, which is awesome. Thank you, Jose Reyes. He's a financial advisor. Very good insights today. And thank you. If you have any questions, please leave them there in our comments. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today right here on Attingo Talks.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.